Hey guys, Chris and Tyler here again for Tuesday Tip. We're kind of picking up where we left off last week with this painting with the spray bottle and some runs in our paint and all of that. If you remember, we started out with just a canvas that was painted white. We added some bright yellow just up here at the top and took a spray bottle, just a trigger sprayer, added some water to it to get those runs of yellow paint that you see here. Okay, came back and did the very same thing with a darker yellow. All right. Let that dry a little bit, flip the canvas over, added some black, more water on that to get these runs that you see here. And then I kind of cleaned them up a little bit, just with a liner brush. So now I'm ready to add some foliage and finish our painting. So I've got the black cleaned up. I kind of started here. I want to show you a couple of different ways we can do this foliage. Number one, this is just a sea sponge, okay, simple sea sponge, a little bit of water in it. I'm just going to grab some of this black paint here, okay. Loaded up pretty good, and in these, especially in these areas down low on these trees, this sponge works real good. And these trees kind of overlap a little bit. I want to let some of that background show through. I'm just going to work my way up towards the top of each of these. This is quick. You can see how much ground you can cover with a sponge. And we've done this before in these Tuesday tips, but this is just a reminder. Get a little more on these big ones here. Kind of let the bottoms of these trees in this painting, some high, some low, let them undulate a little bit across there. We come all the way across this thing with this sponge while we got it out. Leave some negative space in there. Let some of that pretty background we worked on show through, okay? A little bit more here. And then I'll show you another really good way to get some of this finer foliage up here, and that is trusty old fan brush, okay? Fan brush, loaded up pretty good, lots of paint on there. And then at the tops of these trees, you'll have a little bit more control with this than you would that sponge, okay? So I'm just barely touching that canvas, kind of dabbing some of those up. These are, you know, kind of like pine trees, so real pointy at the top, broader at the bottom. And we just want to work our way down through there then with this fan brush, and I'm really just dabbing. You can lay this over on its side. You can hit it straight on, okay? You can pull some of those strokes out a little bit, all right, to get that feathery edge, all right? But all in all, really great little tool to do foliage on trees with. There are a lot of things you can do with fan brush. You can do clouds, grass. Fan brush is probably my favorite thing to use for making grass. Pull some of that out, like I said before. Get that branch there to look like it's got some needles on it, okay? Leave some negative space again, like I said. We'll just pull a little bit off of this one. I kind of like seeing that trunk here and there, all the way up through there. Now, if I was going to be painting this at home, relaxed, no time frame or schedule to worry about, I'd probably do this a whole lot slower than what you're seeing me do it now. But at the same time, you can see that working quick gives you an advantage, you know, with the paint still being wet. I wouldn't be able to do this if I let that paint dry. I wouldn't be able to do these cool little needles that you're seeing on there, okay? But that's how we're gonna finish that painting. Fan brush, sponge, clean it up a little bit. I can monkey around adding a little black in here, darkening up some of those areas, but leaving some of these on the outside edges somewhat opaque. All right, that's our painting. As always, thanks for stopping by.